The story of Elisabeth Fritzl. From the outside, the house in Amstetten, Austria looked ordinary. A quiet residential home. A place no one paid much attention to. Inside that house, however, a secret existed that would remain hidden for nearly a quarter of a century. Elisabeth Fritzl was born in 1966 and grew up under the strict control of her father, Joseph Fritzl. To neighbors and acquaintances, Joseph appeared authoritarian but normal. What no one could see was the fear that shaped Elisabeth's life behind closed doors. In August 1984, when Elisabeth was just 18 years old, her life disappeared from the world above. Her father asked her to help him with a task in the basement. Once inside, she was overpowered and locked behind a concealed steel door. That moment marked the beginning of 24 years of captivity. Joseph Fritzl told police and family members that Elisabeth had run away and joined a religious cult. Authorities accepted the explanation. Over time, questions faded, and her disappearance became a closed chapter, at least on paper. Beneath the house, Elisabeth was held in a hidden underground complex her father had secretly constructed. The space had no windows, little ventilation, and was sealed behind multiple locked doors. Artificial light replaced daylight. Concrete walls replaced the outside world. Years passed in isolation. Despite the conditions, Elisabeth focused on survival. She developed routines, endured silence, and clung to hope where she could. Some of her children remained imprisoned with her in the basement, never seeing the sky, never knowing life beyond concrete walls. Others were taken upstairs as infants and raised under fabricated stories that they had been abandoned. Above ground, life continued. Joseph Fritzl went to work, spoke with neighbors, and lived as though nothing were wrong. The house remained quiet. The secret stayed buried. For more true crime stories, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share. Then, in 2008, everything changed. One of Elisabeth's children became critically ill and needed urgent medical attention. When Joseph brought the child to the hospital, doctors were immediately concerned. There was no medical history. The explanations were inconsistent. Questions that should have been asked years earlier were finally raised. Authorities reopened the investigation into Elisabeth Fritzl's disappearance. A public appeal was broadcast asking Elisabeth, missing since 1984, to come forward. She saw it. For the first time in decades, the outside world was speaking directly to her. Shortly afterward, Joseph Fritzl was taken into police custody. Separated from his control, Elisabeth was finally able to tell the truth. She revealed the existence of the hidden basement and the years of imprisonment beneath the family home. When police searched the property, they uncovered the concealed underground chambers. On April 26, 2008, Elisabeth and her children were freed. The discovery shocked Austria and the world. Joseph Fritzl was charged with multiple crimes, including unlawful imprisonment, incest, abuse, and negligent homicide related to the death of one child shortly after birth. In 2009, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Elisabeth and her surviving children were placed under long-term medical and psychological care. Their identities were changed, and they were relocated to a secure, undisclosed location to rebuild their lives away from public attention. The Fritzl case remains one of the most disturbing examples of how abuse can exist unseen, hidden behind ordinary walls, protected by silence and assumptions. It is a reminder that quiet does not always mean safe, and that survival, even under unimaginable circumstances, is possible. And above all, it is a story about the importance of listening, before silence lasts too long.